Section 101. Powers and function of the Commissioner. The Commissioner shall have the following powers and function. A. Executive and original jurisdiction to interpret the provision of this Act in collaboration with other relevant government agencies subject to review by the Secretary of Finance. B. Exercise any customs power, duties, and functions directly and indirectly. C. Review any action of this decision of any customs officer for pursuant of the provisions of this Act. D. Review the decide dispute assessments and other matters related thereto subject to review by the Secretary of Finance and exclusive affiliate jurisdiction of the Court of Tax Appeals, CTA. E. Delegate the powers vested under the Act to any customs officer with the rank equivalent to division chief or higher except of the following powers and function. 1. Promulgation of rules and regulations. 2. Issuance, revocation, or modification of rulings. And 3. Compromise or abatement of customs obligation. F. Assignment or reassignment of any customs officer subject to an approval of the Secretary of Finance, provided the district collectors and other customs officers that perform assessment function shall not remain in the same areas of assignment for more than 3 years, and G. Perform all the duties and functions as may be necessary of the effective implementation of this Act and other customs-related laws. Section 202. Function of the Bureau. The Bureau shall be exercised the following duties and functions. A. Assessments and collection of customs, revenue from imported goods and other dues, fees, charges, the penalties occurring under this Act. B. Simplification and harmonization of customs procedures to facilitate movements of goods or international trade. C. Border control to prevent entry the smuggled goods. D. Prevention and suppression of smuggling and other customs fraud. E. Facilitation and security international trade and commerce. Truth and Informed Compliance Program. F. Supervision and control over the entrance and clearance of vessels the aircraft engaged in foreign commerce. G. Supervision and control over the handling of foreign mails arriving of the Philippines for the purpose of collecting revenues and preventing the entry of contraband. H. Supervision and control on all import and export produce, landed and stored in first airports, terminal facilities, including container yards and freight station for the protection of government revenue and prevention of entry and contribution. I. Conduct the compensation study with the end view of developing and recommending to the President and competitive compensation and remuneration system to attract and retain highly qualified personnel while ensuring the Bureau maintains financially sound and sustainable. J. Exercise an exclusive original jurisdiction over the forfeiture cases under this Act. And K. Enforcement of this Act and all other laws, rules, and regulations related to customs administration. Section 203. Annual Report of the Commissioner. The Commissioner shall submit to the President, the Congress of the Philippines, and the NEDA an annual report to the performance of the Bureau on or before March 31 of the following year. Section 204. Promulgation of rules and regulation. The Commissioner, subject to the approval of the Secretary of Finance, shall promulgate rules and regulation for the enforcement of this act. The Commissioner shall regularly prepare and polish are updated custom manual and rules. Regulation and updated custom manual and rules. Regulation and updated to regulation and decision of the Bureau. The Commissioner shall flourish and Congress of the Philippines, the NEDA and the Tariff Commission and electronic copies and department orders, administrative orders, circular and rules and regulation. Promulgate first one to this act. Section 205. Copies and of goods declaration. The Commissioner shall regularly furnish the NEDA, the Philippine Statistic Authority (PSA), the Bureau of Internal Revenue (BIR), and the Tariff Commission electronic copies of all customs goods declaration processed and clearly by the Bureau. Upon request, the Tariff Commission shall have access to the right to be furnished and copies to liquidated goods declaration and other documents supporting the goods declaration is finally filed and the Commission on Audit (COA). For the purpose, the Bureau shall maintain electronic records or goods declaration and other documents supporting the declaration. Chapter 2. Customs Districts and Ports of Entry. Section 206. Customs District. For administrative purposes, the Philippines shall be divided into as many custom district and necessity, the respective limits of which may be changed from time to time by the Commissioner with approval to Secretary of Finance. Each customs district shall be supervised by one district collector assigned by as many deputy district collector as many necessary. The choice of the location and district office in the business hours and the staffing pattern thereof shall be based on the particular requirement of each district. Section 207. Ports of Entry. All ports of entry shall be under the supervision and control of the Custom District A. District collector shall be assigned in the principal ports of entry, while a deputy district collector may be assigned to the other types of ports of entry. The principal ports of entry shall be located in Apari, San Fernando, Manila, Manila International Container Port, Ninoy Aquino International Airport, Subic, Clark, Batangas, Legazpi, Iloilo, Cebu, Tacloban, Surigao, Cagayan de Oro, Zamboanga, Davao, Limay, and such ports of the may be created pursuant to this act. For the effective enforcement of the Bureau's function and without hampering business and commerce, and the private ports of the airport operators shall provide suitable areas in examination and other custom equipment free of charge within the definite period of time, as agreed with private port and airport operation of, if any. Section 208. Power of the President to open and close any port. Upon the recommendation of the Secretary of Finance, the President may open or close ports of entry. Upon closure of the port of entry, the existing personnel shall be resigned by the Commissioner subject to the approval of the Secretary of Finance.